everybody. It's Jeff here from Jazzwire. Welcome to Guided Listening. We're going to be listening to the Miles Davis Sextet playing Someday My Prince Will Come. The name of the album, the name of the song. So this is as iconic a recording as you're going to find. Beautiful song written or recorded back in 1937, if you can believe it, for the Disney movie. And, brought back by Miles Davis. So the band is Wynton Kelly on piano, Paul Chambers on bass. It's Jimmy Cobb on drums. We're going to be talking about Jimmy Cobb some during this listening. It's Miles on trumpet, and then it's both Coltrane and Hank Mobley on tenor saxophone. So 2 tenor saxophones. So I guess Coltrane was sort of a guest in the studio on 1 or 2 tunes on the album. So it's kind of interesting. Hey, I want to remind you, if you are in Minneapolis or in Minnesota or anywhere that part of the country, Sunday, May 18th, 2025, I'm doing a special 2-hour free workshop at the Center for the Performing Arts in Minneapolis. And you can get information here. We can get you signed up and we can get you a free spot. We're just limiting the number of people that come because it could be a whole lot. So we've got a set number of spots. Would love to include you. And as you know, we have 3 workshops coming up in Washington, D.C., in late July, in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul, in the middle of July, and in Edmonton, Canada at the end of June. We would love to get you in those. Those are starting to get a little bit booked up. We're still 2-3 months out from some of those, but they do get sold out that soon. Some of the spots for some of the camps are already sold out. So drop us a line, get in touch, and please share this information with musician friends around the country, around the world who may be interested. Okay, so let's jump into this recording and see what we got. What about that interesting, just straight quarter notes, a high on the bass pedal tone, 1 note. And then we had the bell of the cymbal and now snare drum. And these interesting chords from Wynton Kelly. The bell of the cymbal sneaking in. So let's actually talk about that a little bit. So that pedal tone is the 5th of the key that we're in. So Paul Chambers is pedaling an F. We're in the key of B flat. He's pedaling that high F, and it could have been could have been low, but it was up high. And then the bell of the cymbal. So yeah, interesting decision. And then Wynton Kelly, because it's just a note that he set up. We don't know what the song is going to sound like. Maybe we don't, if you've never heard this before, you don't know the song. It could be anything. So Wynton Kelly gets to create some interesting colors over top of that. So it's a really fascinating and iconic intro. And every time that I've called this tune, hundreds of times on a gig with a bass player, maybe I know, maybe not, we probably never played this song together. If it's a seasoned bass player, that's what they start doing. And sometimes I'll play that high pedal note. I'll just start it. I'll say, hey, everybody, let's play Someday My Prince Will Come. I won't even count off the tune. I'll start playing. I'll start playing the bass part. And then people come in behind. So yeah, it's that iconic. Let's take it from the top. And it's driving time for sure, isn't it? Right? It's like really leaning into the wind. Always important. Jimmy Cobb goes to the brushes, but he goes back to the cymbal, but he's back to the brushes with the cymbal. Kind of interesting. For a while, but the pedal keeps going. What a great release in the 9th measure of the tune to go to the chords finally. And we stay with the chords. So the pedal is gone now, and Paul Chambers is moving with the chord changes. And Miles, of course, in the harmony. Listen listen to how dynamic Miles is. Babadoo. How loud his accents are and how soft he gets. How he's yelling and whispering. Those 3 notes, but are 4 notes. Man, dynamic. But here's the thing. It could also sound crazy or a little unglued or out of control. So he's playing with great control of his sound, but he's being very dramatic. And I would say the soft parts are what's different about Miles. A lot of people would just be playing kind of full out. And so Miles plays full out, but he has all that stuff behind it, right? Now, think about the motion of what's going on in the rhythm section. The bass, it's a 3/4 song. Let's talk about that, jazz waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's this nice, light, back and forth feel. Jimmy Cobb is on brushes, right? So kind of a standard pattern he's playing. Some cool note choices there. I would love that part. Sharp 11 on the major chord. So, one of the sax players, can you tell who? So importantly on the drums, we're now sticks on the cymbal and the bass is walking for the first time in the tune. Right? We're way into the song, 10 choruses into the song. Oh, but now Paul Chambers goes back to a 1 feel. Interesting. And this is Hank Mobley, a lighter sound. When you hear Coltrane come in, it's a firmer, harder sound. And Hank is playing with a little more blues kind of language, as he would, as he tends to. It's interesting, Paul Chambers is kind of between the 1 feel and the walking. So it's kind of cool to notice him toying in between a little bit. And I think he's responding to the way Hank is playing, maybe. Hank isn't playing like really kind of anxiously pushing forward, so Paul is answering and supporting that. Right, Wynton Kelly. I want you to listen to Jimmy Cobb. So he's on the cymbal, nice and light, right? Did you hear how he changed to, I think he's playing on the closed hi-hat, where it's a cymbal with no sustain. It's like tick, tick, tick. Oh, but now he's on the sustaining cymbal. Right? Now listen. He's going back and forth every 8 measures. Tick, 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 tick. So, interesting that he would change the sound every 8 measures. We'll come back to that idea. So, okay, melody out, I guess, right? Miles is playing the melody. And again, the beautiful dynamics. He only played half the melody, though. That's interesting. Played half the melody. Okay, pedal. Seems like something's gonna happen, right? Seems like someone's walking in the room. Seems like something's gonna happen. Yeah, train. You hear how his sound is different than Hank Mobley's? Not good or better, but different. So listen to Jimmy Cobb again. Sustained cymbal. Still the sustained cymbal, cool. Coltrane's going for it. Right, the energy's building. But now we're on this not sustaining cymbal. It's like Jimmy Cobb downshifted as Train's going up. Oh, okay, there's the sustained cymbal. That has more energy for me. Cool. On that cymbal. And it shifts back. I don't love that. I don't love that. We're going to talk about that. And now it's sustaining again, which to me drives more. Okay, here's our pedal again. So this is like the intro, or maybe this is an interlude, but it's a great arrangement aspect of the tune. Okay, melody again. We had the melody at the beginning. We had the melody in the middle before Coltrane's solo. Now, I guess most people have soloed. Maybe this is the melody out. Interesting, that was only half the melody. So he played the whole melody at the beginning, played half a melody in the middle, and the head out is only half a melody. But now, if you look at it, we've got another minute of this pedal going. So I'm fascinated by that. Why did Miles choose to play half the melody on the way out, but then dedicate all this time to Wynton Kelly playing over the pedal? I don't really know the answer, but it's cool. But that's a Miles-ish thing to do, is to be standoffish, right? Or to leave you wanting more. I think it's a little brilliant, actually, as opposed to just playing the whole melody again. So, we're building. So that was interesting. We were coming down, then it built up again, and now we're energetic. So I'm wondering if in the studio, Wynton Kelly was bringing the energy down. Miles like, no man, keep going. Okay, I guess we keep going. And now we come down again, right? And end on different chord than we expected. And a little pop at the end. Don't know what that was, but they kept it in, on this remastered, version of the tune. So a couple interesting energetic things. So like that vamp at the end, it was kind of coming down. Then for whatever reason, it kind of went up again. As a listener, that doesn't quite make sense to me, but it's like, oh, okay, I guess we're not done. I guess we're doing that again. So, I don't doubt that somebody in the studio is like, yeah, no, we got another 30 seconds of tape. Keep going. Possible. So now Jimmy Cobb's decision to be on one cymbal for 8 and then to a cymbal with less energy and less sustain, less sound. So to me, less energy. And then back to this cymbal and then back to this one and back to this one, back to this one. I don't dig it. I'm not sure what he was doing there, but it wasn't supporting Coltrane. So if Coltrane and Jimmy Cobb are in my class, I'm going to tell Jimmy Cobb, like, man, as Train's building, go with him. Keep going with him. Don't downshift. He's upshifting, upshifting, upshifting. So I was hearing the drums kind of going like, not, playing in a way that wasn't supporting what the soloist is doing. So. I'm not mad at Jimmy Cobb. I know we all love Jimmy Cobb. I love Jimmy Cobb. But there's an example of, interesting, right? Not the decision I would have made or I would coach to make. And interestingly, here's Boomer, by the way. Boomer, are you upset that I'm talking bad about Jimmy Cobb? I'm not talking bad about him. Man, Boomer really wants something. Interestingly, when Coltrane started his own quintet with Elvin Jones, he could have picked any drummer on earth. And so he picked a drummer that had 42 gears that could go and not only support him, but push him, right? That doesn't make Jimmy Cobb incorrect or bad or any of that. It makes him a drummer for a different band or not the drummer for that band or something. Elvin Jones wasn't always the right drummer for every band, right? You agree, Boomer? Yeah, okay. Maybe it's dinner time. It's definitely dinner time. All right, you guys, thank you for tuning in on that. I'd love to know what you think about that. And if now that I point out to you what was going on there, how you think about that. Interesting, right? Like, these religious relic recordings were made by human beings who had, good days and bad days. Not every decision by these great players was the right decision every time. Interesting, right? And so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. No, Boomer, you're right. I do know what I'm talking about. Boomer corrected me there. All right, everybody, you have a good day. I hope I'm going to see you May 18th in Minneapolis. Please share that information with friends of yours in the city, and I hope I'll see you at one of the 3 summits coming up this year. Take care.